Welcome to your doom. Shut it and get over here. Massive uppercut! Hello, welcome to another edition of the JabJab Show. Yes, it's another update video, and as the thumbnail for this video says, I'm back at work. Yes, but a few things happened for me to be back at work. I'll just let you know that I'm currently it's 3:30 in the morning when I'm shooting this. I'm on a really odd sleeping pattern. Just because I fell asleep at some point about 9:30. Woke up initially about 2:30 to something on TV, something daft on TV, and I've been a bit restless. So I thought, bugger it, I've got some videos. I've got some stuff to do, videos. And as it stands, I wouldn't have a lot of time in the mornings to do this kind of thing with a little one legging about and stuff because he's ill off school. So as it is, yeah, I've got to maximise my time as daft as it is to shoot a video at 3:30 in the morning. But there we go. Okay, so as I say, I'm back at work. Some things have happened since. So I actually had to have a brief recap of my previous update video because I didn't know where I was up to. What my last point of that video was. And the last point was the fact that I went to Citizen Advice and I got a letter from them written, kind of a legal letter, if you will. As in terms of getting the statutory sick pay kind of sorted out and so forth. So I sent that off on a Saturday, as I said, with an email, pretty kind of honest email, how I felt about how I've been not listened to, unhappy with the situation. It's also affecting my anxiety, things like that. So that happened on the Saturday. I didn't watch all my previous video, so I'm not too sure. I might have mentioned it that the letter I gave them, it said 14 days from today's date, which was the previous Friday. I said I'll change it to Monday because I've sent it on Saturday, and that's a Monday Friday operation. I thought it'd be more fair to start out on the Monday. So that's what the letter says. So there's 14 days from that Monday, from last Monday week. This is like currently the Thursday, the 15th of February, in the wee hours. So you think back a couple of Mondays ago, that's when it started. Okay, so I put all this down in a letter and the email and so on. So I got a phone call about 10:30ish on the Monday from the manager of the HR department. Again, I'll just let you know I am gonna say things about how I feel about the company and stuff. I'm not gonna mention any names. I'm not gonna mention any who I work for and stuff. And it's not gonna get personal. It's not gonna get abusive or anything like that. Should they watch it, any legal team, should they watch it, most likely the same way as I did mention in my previous update video. I think about the cinema when I left there. I had a few things to say about it. I didn't mention anything, didn't do this and that, and I guess obviously they can't touch me because of that, because I'm keeping within what I can and can't do. Okay, so basically, yeah, I got a phone call about 10:30ish from the manager of HR, and they asked, kind of just going over what the email and stuff. Again, I mentioned again, like I did in the previous video, I can't be held accountable for this. I'm telling them honestly what I feel, and if I feel I have to make a provocative email, so to speak, to get a response from them, to kind of kick them up the arse, I will do. I've got no problem with that. Because sometimes I feel I've got to do. You've got to do stuff. You got to do things. Use everything in your power in order to kind of like be listened to from a workplace or from anywhere. So that being said, we talked about I went through some things, and I mentioned the issues I have and all the rest of it, including a couple of things, two or three things, whatever it was. She said she's going to escalate the matter, the various matters and stuff. She also said in an email that on the date of my wellness interview, which was the 26th of January, these dates are now etched in my mind because I said it so many times on video and on to various people at work and wherever else. So on the same day as my wellness interview, she told me which will come into play later on. Is what I'm talking about. Is she emailed the big manager and or the operations department about this issue. Okay, so she mentioned that. So oh, that's interesting. So she's actually going to escalate things. So that was Monday. Tuesday afternoon, I got a call from another manager I've been liaising with at various points during this kind of issue, kind of thing, asking, about the statutory sick pay. Now, bear in mind, by the time of this phone call, it had been two and a bit weeks since I sent my first 2 sick notes to them, and every other subsequent sick note I'd emailed them on this day I got them. Okay, just to hold my end up for the do what I need to do. So from what I could gather on the phone and the date, I was kind of wondering why is there confusion about this now? You've had had all these particular sick notes for two and a bit weeks. Why is there's still a bit of confusion as to when they started and all the rest of it? So anyway, I went through it and I thought, okay. So I said what I said. That happened. Friday came, last Friday, whatever day that was, and they said that I got some money in my account. Because I'm checking my account every day, and bank account, just saying, right, okay, she says you're gonna escalate things, and I'm checking things day by day, and yeah. So Friday came, and noticed there's some money coming. So I thought, okay, that must be sick pay, but it's only a partial amount. It's not the amount that Citizens Advice calculated. Because at the time I went to Citizens Advice, I wasn't aware of how much. If it's going to be the government standard, the minimum standard, or are they going to be a little bit more? It turns out to be the government standard, which is it's like in the public domain, it's £89 something a week. It's a fraction of what I get normally. Anyway, so obviously I'm legally entitled to that. So Friday come and I noticed there's an amount in there that's been paid in, and it's an odd amount. It doesn't equate to exactly what it should do, and it is a partial amount percentage towards what I'm owed. Okay, so I emailed saying thank you. It's this amount was gone into the account. Can you get back to me as to how you calculated this? Because I'm not sure how you got to this the amount that you gave me. So. HR manager fired back, with an email saying, I'll look into it for you, I'll go on to whoever and look into it. Nothing, okay? So, obviously, as I was saying, we're checking accounts every day, checking emails every day. Nothing about another thing about getting options and so forth. I've mentioned in other videos because about the wellness meeting. Okay, so as I say, I got the call on Monday, and I got to the Monday, and I thought, right, and in the meantime of all this, I've been looking for jobs, and I'm looking for kind of financial support, things like going through everything, making phone calls, doing stuff, because obviously, as I say, the sick pay's not going to cover bills, and it's it's a bit of a mess. I came to Monday. I thought, right, okay, how am I gonna play this now? Because it's been like Monday just gone. It's been a week since she said you're gonna escalate things, and it's been 2 weeks since 2 weeks the previous Friday. Basically 2 and a bit weeks since my wellness meeting. So it goes Monday, not a sausage from him, not an email, nothing from him. Okay. So I was gonna email them out of hours Monday night. I thought, right, okay. But am I gonna email them now? Then phone ACAS on Tuesday. Tuesday just gone. About the situation. Then see if they respond. Work. I then phone ACAS again. So I thought, no. What I'm gonna do, which is what I did, was on Tuesday morning. As I say, no email regarding anything. I found ACAS. ACAS, if you don't know ACAS, I'm not sure exactly what it stands for, but they are a external organisation that deal with employment disputes and and you know, they investigate. If you feel you have a case regarding anything towards your employment, you know, whatever it is, they can investigate. They're like kind of a watchdog in a way. So basically, to cut a long story short, as if you're an employer, you don't really want ACAS to get in touch with you to investigate things if it's about an employee who has a dispute or has a issue, number of issues, whatever. Like in my case, about things, because you know, as I might have mentioned, I'm not too sure, but you know, when I went to Citizens Advice, they advised me to just get emails from now on through them. So if there is any disputes and I want to take it further, at least we've got a paper trail. Okay, so what I did was, I'll say I had two emails, phone calls since I went to Citizens Advice, which again, a really good organisation, a bit strapped for staff. You know, certainly where on the day I went and where I went and stuff, seems to be a bit low on staff numbers, so you might have to wait a little while. But you know, I've been there several times over the years, and it's done really well for me. So I'll say Monday, Tuesday got phone calls, you know, and on a Wednesday, I was out somewhere. And I don't know what it is. Somewhere I triggered off, and I thought, yeah, that was I was told to have email, you know, just email only. So I emailed them on Wednesday to say, this is last Wednesday, not yesterday, last Wednesday. I said, I forgot what I was told. Another thing I was advised. I told them about the emails only because there's a paper trail. You know, I told them all that. So, so I thought, okay, I phoned up ACAS. So I'm kind of couldn't afford. Phoned ACAS Tuesday, which would have been the 13th of February. Yeah, something like that anyway. Yeah, I phoned up ACAS, explained the situation to them. I said, look, I just want them to get a kick up the arse about this. And they advised me, you know, I gave them probably too much information maybe, but you know, I wanted to make sure that they know exactly what it is. What the situation was. So I told them all, and they advised me, and because of the whole paper trail thing, and because in the email I sent them after the ACAS phone call and the one beforehand, I had twice voiced my displeasure, my disappointment and frustration with them, how I've been treated, and I've noted exactly what emails I sent and wasn't answered, and how it's affected me, things like that. And also in the email I followed up from the ACAS phone call, you know, I mentioned that I got in touch with ACAS, which is a thing, and I also mentioned the fact what I was told over the phone about the HR manager contacting the operations about this on this date. You know, I put in an email a couple of things that she said, that the HR manager said, and the HR manager who I emailed and linked in the you know, also copied it to other people as well. You know, they could have in theory argued that. You could have, like, you know, if I didn't put that in, you know, in print or in an email, in the correspondence kind of thing, she could have said, and if I didn't do that, it's like my word against hers, and she could have disputed that on, you know, on the you know, on a following email. She didn't. I thought, okay, so it was almost strongly worded thing, email, and she responded saying, oh, I've had a word with like, no apologies in the following email from her. This is a thing. And she says, I had a word with the man, you know, the main guy again, and he's gonna get back to her regarding, you know, regarding things. Okay. This is, I don't know, I emailed, I can't remember the times, but you know, basically about 2:30 or something. This is Tuesday again, let's say. I got a phone call from the main manager, the big owns, the CEO or whatever. So I thought, I didn't expect this. Anyway, I had a 40-odd minute conversation with him regarding how I feel and all the rest of it, on the options that in theory I could work on different departments and things like that, and he explained, things. So he is aware. Yeah, obviously from some of the conversation, part of the conversation, I could tell he was reading. He was reading parts of the notes that were made during the wellness meeting. So he's aware of, things. It's his job, and the phone call went okay. I thought, I think what it is, I can only speculate this. I can only, because obviously I won't be privy to every conversation that's been had regarding this with people I've been liaising with at the workplace regarding this, if that makes sense. So that's, I'm never gonna know that, but I believe the fact that I went to ACAS, and I mentioned I went to ACAS about the situation, that's a red flag. No, as I said before, no company wants to find out, however way, that you went to ACAS regarding an issue you have with them. And as I say, I have noted in various emails that I'm disappointed with, frustrated and anxiety and all the rest of it. I've noted a few, the times I've emailed questions and no response. I've mentioned lots of things. So basically, all the things I've done, which everyone has the right to do, have employment rights and all that, that it wouldn't look good for them, for ACAS to investigate, because I've got no problem in I said in the previous video, I've got no problem going to Citizens Advice, ACAS, HMRC, whoever, regarding this or any other problem I have with whoever, whatever that workplace I'm at and stuff. You go understand. You have the power to do that. They can like it or not, kind of thing. So I think it's the mention of ACAS and all that. It's a red flag for them. Like it should be, to be honest. Because I could make them look really bad. Because of the correspondence and or the lack of on their part, kind of thing. So Wednesday happened. Wednesday the 14th, yesterday happened, and basically what happened is we organised. We had this 41-minute phone call, and it was, he said like okay, let me have a word with some people, then I get back to you within an hour. To be fair, he got back to me within 35 minutes or something. But basically, I'm back on the department I was working on, which he didn't want to, and I explained why. Mainly it's financial reasons, because the way it's structured. And I mentioned because I've been off so long, and because I'm only on statutory sick pay, which is not gonna cover things, and because there's no option, because the way it's just the way the department is. There's no scope for much, if any, overtime. I can't make my money back getting back to the way I was financially, beforehand. But he went through, reasons why he can't do this, can't do that, and I can understand it. The whole going back, the thing with going back on the 23rd of January, which I mentioned in one of video past, happened. It came up, and I explained how I felt and how because I wasn't contacted, because I asked questions and nothing, anxiety, all the rest of it. I mentioned, in the phone call, I said I needed something like this back then, before I went to work then, because obviously in hindsight and all that, you think you'd have been, I'd have been okay if I went back to work the way I've just come back to now. So what I've got now basically is yesterday, today and Friday I'm on 4-hour shifts. I'm on 12 till 4. It's what's called a phased return, and at the time that was suggested in the wellness meeting, but at the time I didn't know how much the sick pay would be, as in like would I be getting the government standard plus something from or more than government standard. I didn't know that. So at the time I thought, no, it's not financially viable for me to do a phased return, because you know, that's not enough money. But as it turns out, it's actually more money doing what I'm doing for the hours I'm doing, because I'll be getting more money than I'd get for statutory sick pay. The remainder of this week I'm on 4 hours, and next week I'm on 2 till 4. I'm on like 6 hour shifts. Then all this is theory, you know. If I feel I'm ready to go back to a full day, as in like 8 hours days, I can go further on, and obviously they can, you know, extend one of the phases to, you know, kind of, you know, as I feel. So back to so yesterday happened. I had a back to work interview again. I explained things. I mentioned obviously the sick pay thing. I said, you know, the manager I spoke to is the manager of the department who's not who explained, you know, why they're not being in touch that much, and I don't know if it's policy or not, but you know, it just, I was very aware of obviously, you know, who's been contacting me about this situation and all the rest of it. So they explained that, and you know, the nicest pie with me. They've been as nice as they can be, you know, and that leads me to believe some things were said. But again, it's all speculation on my part, because I'm never probably gonna know what was being said behind the scenes, why the situation became what it is, and why I personally felt, you know, I'd had to do what I had to do. But you know, you have the power to, you know, settle disputes. Go outside. I'm not saying be a trouble causer. I don't believe I'm a trouble causer. As I mentioned in the comments on the video description for the cinema video I did. Yeah, I'm not a trouble causer, you know. But you know, I know I have rights. I know if I feel like I'm being disadvantaged, not being listened to, not being kind of taken seriously, because you know, another thing, you know, one of the things that's clearly struck me is they only acted when I pushed them. You know, I don't believe I should really email every day saying, alright, what's happening today, what's happening today, what's happening today, you know, why are you dealing with that, why are you dealing with my problem? Listen, I know they're a big company, and they've got a lot of people working for them in the different departments. I understand that. So I'm not going to say to them, like, I want this sorting out within half an hour. Drop everything, sort my stuff out, then go back. You know, I'm not going to say that, because that's unreasonable. Nothing I've asked during this whole dispute, issue, whatever you want to call it, whatever, you know, however I see it, it's not been unreasonable, I don't feel, and I've not been told, you know, you're asking the impossible or anything. You know, just on the basic, you know, questions that need answering were answered. It's simple things. Okay, I'm not asking anything like, you know, anything that they couldn't in theory answer. You know, not asking anything out of the ordinary. So you know, as an employee, whoever you are and what job you're doing, there are external organisations that will help you, that should help you, should you feel you have a case. Obviously, if you go to these people and, you know, you send emails, you send this and that, and they say, well, that they didn't actually do nothing wrong, they're doing what's within, you know, legalities, whatever, you know, that's fair enough, they're not going to take the case on, you know. But so I say, going back to the wellness meeting, the back to work interview I had yesterday, you know, I did also mention the sick pay situation, and I said, don't worry about it, I'm going to sort it, I'm all, you know, oh, that's, you know, they're really nice as pie and stuff, you know, and I think certain things, that's why, you know, they're being as they are with me, you know, treating me as they are. I mean, as they should be doing, to be honest, but, you know, I want to say, you know, it strikes me as like, they're only doing it because I've provoked them. They're not doing it off their own back, like, you know, to say, like, you know, they've escalated certain things. Why hear nothing for a week until I do what I do, and then they go, oh actually, kind of like panic them into kind of doing stuff. That's, again, this is my opinion, just put out there. Now that's what happens, you know. If someone watches this, who, you know, and they're either involved in this, and I think, well, no, that's not what actually happened. No, I apologise. That's what it comes across to me. Okay, my opinion. Okay, my opinion. So anyway, yeah, the work day Went okay. I think I should have had this originally when I went back into work on the 23rd, but you know, I've been through all that. So 12 to 4, I think the 4 hours is kind of about enough for me, because like, I mean, normally the department has a break about 2, which happened. The wellness meeting was about 40 minutes long. I went on a break, and about 3:10 or something, my head was kind of thing, the anxiety. I mean, I did mention in the back to work interview, I had a couple of anxiety tablets before I left for work yesterday, because I've not been at work, for quite a while. So a lot of people around, where I'm working, lots of different departments doing different things and stuff. So it's I know it's overwhelming for me when I went back initially on the 23rd of January. So I thought what I could do, and about 3 o'clock, 3:10, so I get the thing. I had to get in there, told the manager I need 10 minutes to get some fresh air, because it was mentioned in the back to work interview, if you need to get 10 minutes away for this, just let me know and you'll be able to do it and stuff. So the beaners treat me as they should be doing. As it is, So I think at the moment 4 hours is about enough, because I had to do a bit of shopping, went back in this. I actually got stuff what to do with the shopping and stuff, and I went home and I did all the rest of it, kind of what I need to do, and yeah, 9:30 last night, just fell asleep watching something. And I want to make this video last night, and also I work on another video that I've already shot, and last night. This is like the wee hours of the morning, as I mentioned. So as it is, just take it day by day, because I said to him I don't like living day by day, but when I'm expecting an email or phone call regarding what I was going, this issue and other things, and when I'm going to other factories, I have been looking for other work, because you know what, since before I went to the advice, you got a question. You question why you went to the advice, because you want things done. Obviously, you want things moving. They're not doing it. And so since then, maybe a little bit before then, I thought, no, I've had it with these people. They're just not good enough. It's just not good enough. So I think, I'm going to look for work somewhere else. But obviously, that could take a little while, getting a job. Got the interview, got this and that. But I'm looking for the other things. But so I'm filling my time, not sitting on my ass just waiting for them to, waiting for an email and stuff. I could be doing, but I thought that's counterproductive for me. Even though I am doing that and I can check my emails on the phone and stuff, and I'd rather fill my time up with getting better, because if I'm waiting by the phone or something, it's not going to help me. Because why isn't it ringing after half an hour? I'm going to get all anxiety and all that. So doing other things, filling my time with going to the cinema, going to, and just things, going to job agencies, CV, trying to financial support, things like that. I've got a couple of numbers I need to phone today, see, regarding financial support and stuff, because I've been getting misinformation from some places, so I want to just iron out a few what actually could happen. So anyway, so that's what it is. Thursday, later on today. I mean, after this video, I'm gonna put on the computer and stuff. Probably have a few hours of sleep, or trying to, because I couldn't get back to sleep. I thought I would, in days, weeks, or something gone by when my sleep patterns been a bit erratic like this. I might wake up with someone on TV, be whatever it is, about 2:30 when I woke up this morning, if you will. And then I fall straight back to sleep. But this time it didn't. So I thought, oh bugger it, I'm gonna use a couple of hours to shoot this, to look at, to do stuff that I can do now, which I would have done last evening yesterday. Couldn't do it now. I'll then go back to sleep, because 6 o'clock, 6 happens, and sun's up and about, just legging about, being a typical 4-year-old, and it's difficult to do. It's not impossible sound wise, obviously, because he's not at school, so I don't have that thing. He's just going to be doing 4-year-old stuff. So I've got to maximise time because of that. Because he's ill at the moment. So yeah, because he's ill. So So going forward, as I mentioned briefly before, I have shot another video. For production reasons, which will all be kind of clear when you watch the video. Watching it back in the editing, I thought, oh, I can't really I can reshoot it, but I've got a specified time schedule when I can do it, and I just want to move forward with other things, other videos and stuff. So what I'm going to do is narrate parts of it, which it'll make clear, and I will say on the video I'm talking about why I have to do it this way, why I feel I have to do this. It's just so I can move forward, make more videos and get more kind of into things and stuff. I need to write some more notes about all the videos, which again will be apparent. A couple more, two or three more videos about video shops. I need to write up things about that. So that's where I'm up to. So things are happening with work, and you know, I felt okay after it. So I feel a bit tired, you know, after the 4 hours. Plus, let's say I had to go shopping and you know other things, and you know it's just tired me out. So we'll see after I make this video, put it on the computer, do this and that with it. It's not much editing involved with this particular video. Other than that, I'm going to get back to retro game videos. I'm going to do more video shop videos. There's only a certain amount of them that I want to do. And the video I talk about narrating over, you know, that's a one-off, as will become clear. So yeah, any comments, and thank you for your continued support and stuff. Any kind of things down below. I don't know how long I've been talking about this. You know, I appreciate these videos I'm doing. The update videos are quite long. You know, I have a lot of things to say about stuff, and I do. And I have little keynotes, keywords, whatever, to remind myself, because you know, I am more forgetful than usual at the moment because of things, you know. So it's I think it's one less thing to worry about because I'm back at work, you know, in terms of like, I would think, you know, a partner would say, I don't know, something like, oh, what about Thursday, can you do it? I said, I don't know, I honestly don't know what I'm doing on Thursday, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow sometimes. Now at least work is in place in the way it is, and you know, things, you know, will in theory improve with me. You know, even though I'm doing these videos, these update videos, I feel I've been on a hiatus kind of thing with what the channel is really about. But also I feel it's going to be more truthful if I've been going through what I've been going through to kind of document that, because it's helping me to externalise. And you know, if anyone out there, I've had a lot of help, you know, from you know, fellow YouTubers and stuff, which I'm eternally grateful for. And anyone else who just wants to drop a line and stuff, you know, I'm all ears and what have you. I want to be truthful about things, so that's what I'm going to be doing, these series of videos. So again, I don't know how many, if any, other update videos are required. You know, I'll do them as I feel. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to do other videos, getting back to retro games and stuff. So that's what I'm doing. You know, in my head, that's what my head's geared towards now. So yeah, thanks for and just yeah, thanks, and see you later. There's a thing now.